All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and who also will well. Peace and salutation to those of the hopeful elect. Just want to do a lesson. All right, going into how we are going to be going to be desensitized, all right, to seeing mass death. Okay. And right now, the Lord is putting us, through the furnace of affliction. All right. Because ultimately the Lord is hardening our spirits and our minds. All right. To be desensitized. All right. Because we're going to see a lot of gruesome judgments. All right. That's going to take place right before our eyes. OK. And, right now, we're beholding, pure wickedness on a 24/7 basis. All right. And pretty soon, we're going to be beholding, the judgment. All right. Or the reward. We're going to be seeing the reward of the wicked. All right. So this is 2 Peter. Salaki, that's a wrong precept. Let me see. Yeah, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 7. All right. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 7. Oh, I'm going to start at 6. It says, "In turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow." All right. And this happened already. All right. Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. All right. The Lord, putting the elements together. OK. All right. In the heavens and causing, the sulfur. All right. With fire to come down and rain upon Sodom and Gomorrah. OK. It says, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly. All right. In America, this place, it has surpassed, all right, the deeds of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. So the Lord is whipping up, the thermonuclear missiles. All right. The Lord, the scriptures say that the Lord created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. All right. That's going into, the Lord, putting it in the minds of these scientists. All right. To bring forth the missiles. All right. That's why there's a nuclear arms race. All right. As of recently. All right. Putin just said that he was going to he vowed that he was going to up his nuclear arsenal. OK, or artillery. All right. So that's the Lord, preparing. All right. To destroy America, because when the Lord said Sodom and Gomorrah was an example, the Lord wasn't playing. All right. Now the Lord is going to make another example. All right. So it says, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly, and deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. OK, and when you go into the word vex, all right, it means to tire down with toil, exhaust with labor. All right. So being amongst this wicked society where, those of us of the hopeful elect, we're vexed with the things that go on, with the wickedness that go on. All right. And it's to the point to where, seeing bugged out stuff, we're kind of desensitized to it, because we've been afflicted and we're still being vexed. OK, but it's just that there's levels to it, So it says to tire down with toil, exhaust with labor, to afflict or oppress with evils, to make trouble for, to treat roughly. All right. So just Lot, when he was dwelling in Sodom and Gomorrah, he was vexed. All right. With the deeds. All right. That these people was doing. And we're in the same stead as just Lot. OK. And we're vexed with the deeds that go on. All right. In America, the unjustness. OK. The uncleanliness. All right. That takes place here in Babylon the Great. All right. But pretty soon, the Lord is pretty much cultivating and fortifying our minds through affliction. All right. The Lord is getting our mind ready, so when the Lord brings the heavy judgment, okay, we're going to be able to, be stable mentally. Okay. Let me get a quick precept. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahushai, of Yahushai Hamashiach. So it says, thou therefore endure hardness. When you go into the word endure, so we have to endure hardness. All right. It means to suffer, endure evils, hardships, troubles, to be afflicted. Okay. And we're constantly, suffering on this side, which is a good thing. All right. And we're constantly being afflicted. All right. But that's working on our minds. Okay. That's working on our minds, because when you go into the word endure, it means it says to be made hard. Okay. So one of the when you go down, it says to undergo hardship, be afflicted, endure afflictions, hardness, suffer trouble. Okay. So, yeah, when you go into the word endure, it means to be made hard. OK, I believe it's in the etymology of the word endure. Let me see if I can look it up. Yeah, it says Middle English from Old French endurer, from Latin endurar, means harden, from endurus, in hard. So it means harden, to harden. So the Lord is hardening us. All right. Because, gore and unpleasant sorrows and gut wrenching judgments, final destination type judgments is finna take place, man. All right. That's why the scriptures say, to gird up thy loins now like a man. All right. Because, hey, man, the judgments that the Lord is finna bring is gonna be startling. All right. But the scriptures tell you that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. The stability, all right, you're firm. Okay. It says the fear of the Lord is his treasure. All right. So the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what's going to keep us, from bugging out ultimately. Okay. Knowing the scriptures. All right. Knowing that the judgment is from Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. Because the scriptures say the Lord, he kills and he heals, he wounds. All right. So ultimately, we understand why the judgment is going to befall these people, man. All right. And the Lord is hardening us through suffering. So we're not going to bug out when we see, dead bodies all over the floor. OK, because that's going to happen, man. All right. Toddlers. All right. Old folks. All right. But the Lord is preparing us to see these things. The Lord is preparing us, to be to endure whatever sufferings that we have to endure. OK, the scriptures even say some of us may even be put to death. All right. So the suffering that we're going through, again, the Spirit have me harping on the suffering. All right. It has a good outcome, even though it doesn't feel good. OK, the scriptures say the chastening of the Lord. OK, but nevertheless, afterward, it yielded forth the peaceable fruits of righteousness. OK, so us enduring the suffering. All right. The chastening, all right, the Lord is making us hard. So let me get another precept. Bear with me real quick, because the Lord is finna bring heavy judgment, man. Let me see. Salakia. Second Ezra chapter 16 and 23. Let me see if I can get some more context. Second Ezra 16 and 23. I'm gonna start at Second Ezra 16 and 20. I'm gonna start up. You know, this whole chapter is fire. Second Ezra 16 and 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Yeah, this is pretty much the beginning of Jacob's trouble. All right, because when all these things like the famine, all right, the wars, all right, the evils, when all these things, the sorrows are at their peak, that's going to be in the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, in the hour of temptation. Verse 19, it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. All right. And the Lord is bringing scourges even now. All right. But we're not in Jacob's trouble yet. We're not at the peak. OK. Verse 21, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon earth. So right now we're in the time where the evils is growing. All right. You got the famine is looming. All right. The financial collapse is looming. OK. You know, the tension between these Americans are growing. OK. So it says, even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Verse 22, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. So that's coming. OK. It says many. All right. It says, in the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, because Edom is finna come down with great wrath with his martial law troops, as well as they're going to open up these FEMA camps in the time of the economic collapse. OK, which it only takes one major event for that thing for America to collapse. All right. And what is looking like, you know, possibly could be these different cyber attacks. All right. That Esau keeps speaking about. You know, they could just shut the whole grid down and ruin everything. All right. But we'll see how Yahweh Shema Shai does it. Verse 23, it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung. That's the point. The dead shall be cast out as dung. So, you know, just like a piece of dog shit on the ground, you know, that's how dead bodies is going to be. You're just going to be walking around. You know, you might walk past an alley and it just smells like the worst thing you've ever smelt, like, you know, or the worst thing you ever smelt, you know, and it could be just dead body in there. You know, you walking down the street, you see, you know, a little baby just laying out. That's the times that we're approaching, man. All right. Just like the Book of Eli. All right. These different movies like The Road. OK, but it's going to be way worse than those movies, because, again, those are just movies. OK, so I'm going to continue to read. It says, 2 Ezra 16 and 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. All right. So you ain't going to be there to mourn the dead bodies or to, you know, bury the dead bodies. It says, for the earth shall be wasted and the city shall be cast down. And we're coming into the time where the Lord's finna cast down these cities, man. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. So that's how much death is going to be, All right. It's going to be unprecedented. Okay. There's going to be scarcity of people because the Lord is finna bring major judgments that's going to take out people in great number. All right. So the Lord is preparing us by building up our faith through the tribulations and sufferings so that, we can be steadfast in these dark times. Because, again, we're in the valley of the shadow of death, man. All right. The earth, this is the place where judgment takes place. OK, verse 27, it says, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. Kind of like the movie The Road. All right. Because, again, major judgment. Let me get Psalms 91. All right. But again, those that are part of, the Lord's elect, Abaratazah, we part of that number. The Lord has a hedge of protection that's going to be around us. OK. And during the time of Jacob's trouble, the Lord is going to amplify that protection, that hedge. OK. Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My power, in him will I trust. So we're going to put our trust in Yahweh Shema Shai during these times. OK, because it's Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord is the one that's doing it. OK, the Lord is the one that's bringing the judgments. OK. So we're trying to please Yahweh Shema Shai because the Lord is judging the earth. All right. Because the people of the earth have waxed proud against the Most High. OK. But we're trying to seek the mercies of Yahweh Shema Shai. Verse 3, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, Esau, Edom. All right. And the major snare is going to be, that MOTB. OK. He's going to try to trap people and to get it. But the Lord is going to deliver the elect from the snare of the fowler. It says, and from the noisome pestilence going into the destruction. All right. But there's also going to be, diseases. OK. Verse 4, he shall cover thee with his feathers going into the angels. And under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, going into missiles, nor the pestilence that walketh in darkness. All right, there's going to be diseases, outbreaks that Esau is going to let loose. All right, just like The Last of Us. Nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. All right, here's the point. Verse 7, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. All right. So the Lord is going to make sure the elect is shielded from the hell. All right. From the death. All right. Ultimately the death. Verse 8, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. All right. So, that's something that the elect is going to have to be fortified, to be able to behold these things. But guess what? The Lord, he's going to put a mighty spirit on the elect. OK, the Lord is going to put a mighty spirit on the elect, because look what it says. OK, look what the scriptures say. Job 5:22. All right, let me actually read up a little bit. Job 5:19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. So the 7 troubles when the nuclear missiles get let off. Verse 20, in famine he shall redeem thee from death. All right, so we just read that the Lord is going to take off a lot of people from the earth through famine. Is going to be one of the things that the Lord is going to use. All right, but the scriptures say in famine he shall redeem thee from death. Who is that speaking to? Those that are of the hopeful elect, that believe in Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, and trying their hardest to serve the Lord. All right. So in that time where everybody's starving to death, which is an actual spirit, the Lord is going to be performing miracles. You might just walk upon a fruit tree that just has, a bunch of different fruits on it, something that's just out of this world. All right. It says in famine, he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Yeah, because there's going to be riots, as well as different militias and different martial law troops. All right. But the elect is going to have that hedge. The Lord may give, brothers, that spiritual power. Okay. Well, the Lord is going to do it. Okay. Verse 21, it says, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine, here's the point, thou shalt laugh. All right. So what kind of a spirit, man, that you're going to be laughing at destruction and famine, man? That's a man that their foundation is built upon Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. It says, neither shall thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. All right. Because that's going to be wild animals running around. Okay. Dangerous animals like lions, bears. Okay. Hippopotamuses. Okay. But the animals are going to have a respect and a reverence for those that the Lord is that ultimately is of the Lord's elect. Okay. Verse 23, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation and shalt not sin. So with that being said, Lord's will, this lesson is edifying. And the Lord's, putting us through the straight gate, the position of difficulty. All right. The Lord is trying our spirits, and ultimately the Lord is cultivating within us, the hardness of mind, because the things that we're going to have to behold and endure. But ultimately, the elect is going to endure because the Lord is going to put the spirit on his servants to do so, to the point to where the elect is going to be laughing at destruction. OK, then the deliverance is going to come. All right. And then the rest of the wicked is going to be destroyed. All right. So with that being said, I want to say, call Allah Yah Bashim Al Shai Bashim Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to those that are hopeful elect. Shalom and a bar.